Well, hi, we're going out in the parking lot at Man Love Auto Parts. You're hitting the road. Hi, I'm Chris. You're hitting the road with Chris. Ah, man. How's it going, guys? Hope your Thursday has been a good day. Got an exciting weekend coming up. I am finally hooking up with Tenacious Earl Reed of Tenacious Sports. And we're going to be meeting up at the Misfillian Brewing Company in the tap room, and we're going to play a few games. Sip a sud or two, perhaps. So I'm going to bring 1980. I'm not sure how big the tables are, what their big tables are like. So I'm going to be coming with my small kit. I've reprinted the fielding charts and the basic fielding chart and the basic strategy chart. And it's on one laminated, I'm going to say 6.5 by 10 sheet of paper. Flip it either side. That's all the charts. 6.5 by 10. Is about right. 6.5 by 9.5 maybe. I'm going to be bringing dice. I'm going to be bringing the 1980 cards. A few score sheets. And that's it. Yeah, I think I'm going to take my small kit. Also going to be bringing a laptop, hopefully to record it. If not, we might have to be recording some on the cell phone. But, you know, it is what it is. We'll get something done. Yeah, so we're going to have a good Saturday afternoon after I get off work. We're going to meet, he said he'd be there about 1:30 or so, and that'd be about right for me. I should be out of the store and done making the deposit in the bank at the latest by 1:15, 1:20. Shoot on over there, wait for him. Might just rustle up some grub. Have a sud or two. Well, what do you want? And I'm going to be like, tangy, bitter, sour citrus surprise me. And I'm going to go from there. I want to be surprised. Because I've never had any of their offerings, so I don't know what they have. I'm going to be like, okay. Not necessarily lemon, but sour citrus. Surprise me. Tell them that kind of an ale. And we'll go from there. Because I like my Guinnesses. I like my Guinness Draft. I like Guinness Stout. Yingling Black and Tan. I likes all of that. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. It's going to be cool. Finally, I don't know why we haven't done it. Saturdays, I got my gaming group, and that's probably a big reason for me. Earl's got his stuff going on, I'm sure, and we just finally, in Beats and Bob B's chat the other night, we're like, okay, we're going to make this happen. We're doing it. So we're going to have some sort of videos up, he and I, on Saturday evening. Don't know if it's going to be a game, don't know if it's going to be hit or miss with a cell phone, don't know if it's just going to be a chat. I mean, you know, it'll be what it'll be. Earl's really been trying to wrap his head around advanced football. And I've never tried to play it because I play solo. It takes a whole lot more time moving the players around. How do you do a solo play call thing against that, you know? So I'm like, you know, okay, if he's going to learn it, then perhaps we can learn it together and we can make that happen, get together, play a game. Well, there's a big cloud over there. That's a nice little storm. That's way up. It looks like it's starting to anvil out a little bit near the top, too. I mean, that could just be the top spreading out. It's very faint there on the left, just left of center. Very faint, but it's got a little bit of height. We had a tornado warning in eastern Sussex County earlier this afternoon, about 3.5 hours ago. 3 hours ago, maybe. But that was apparently down towards the beach, and I don't know if there was an actual... if there was a warning, there was a funnel. But they said radar indicated, so I don't know if anything was actually on the ground. It was tornadic, but whether there was a tornado or not, I don't know. Haven't heard one way or the other. But they said the storm was tornadic. It had circulation just right. 1-inch hail. Gosh, that would hurt. Man, that would hurt. Yep, you go ahead and go, folks. You got there before I did. Even if we got there at the same time, you're to my right. You got right away. Have a wonderful day. Yeah, another muggy day, but with the storms going through, not surprised. Delaware State Fair is going. It's Fair Week. Just about over. Be over Saturday night. There might be a couple of last minute things on Sunday, mostly like picking up exhibitions, photographs, paintings that were on display to be judged, stuff like that. Times I've been to the Delaware State Fair. Late 80s, very early 90s. There was the first Thursday night was free admittance. Had to pay for the rides. But Hardee's sponsored that, Hardee's Restaurants. And we used to work at Hardee's, Mom and I both, as a matter of fact. So went to that one year. I'm thinking 88, 89, somewhere in that ballpark. The second time I went, Mom put in a photograph, a few photographs at the fair. One was a backlit silhouette of the Cape Henlopen and the lighthouse with the surf and everything behind it. Beautiful photograph. Down one of the walkways to the beach, so there was dunes grass on either side of it, backlit. It was a great picture. It got blue ribbon. Then in 2002 was probably my biggest fair experience. I had some photographs, so I went ahead and entered them into the fair. And one of them won blue ribbon, a photograph of people, and it was a picture of Ron and my nephew Zachary. Zachary was probably, at the time, it was taken in 2002. Father's Day, up at Lumspawn State Park, and they were sitting on one of the bridges, and Zach was throwing a stone in, and you could see the stone actually in flight. I mean, I just caught that moment in time. And that got a blue ribbon. That was in... I think I did that in 2002. I think I entered those in 2002. I took the photographs that year, so yeah, that would have been the year. And also that year, Def Leppard was there. So we went to the concert. A bunch of guys from work, Ron and Sarah, came along, and it was cool. Fair week, hot, muggy, stormy, raining, and Joe Elliott comes out after the intermission between the first and second leg of their concert, and he starts singing, "I want to know, have you ever seen the rain coming down in Delaware?" And the place went crazy. And they wrap it up, and one of the guys at work is like, "Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow." And we're all like, "Where the hell are you going?" He's like, "Well, it's over." And I was like, "Have they played Rock of Ages yet?" He said, "No." I was like, "Don't you know what an encore is?" And no sooner I said that, all of a sudden you hear, "Wolka, Gleeten, Glauten, Gloven." Boom. Great time to end a night. It had been raining so much that there's a low spot walking into the grandstands, and it had filled the entire spot. It was like an inch or two around the edges and 12 inches in the drain in the middle. Probably about a 40 by 40 foot area. Ron and I look at each other. We just wade right on through, kicking water everywhere. No one near us. It's like a couple of idiots. It was a great memory. It was. Yep, every time the fair is in town, it takes an hour to get in and out of Harrington, a very small town. And cell phone infrastructure tanks. It's horrible. They can't get enough service up and running for the fair. It just bogs things down. And everyone comes down and everyone pays $8 a head to get in, and everybody has a blast, and everybody spends their money, and everyone gets sunburned, and just has a grand time. And then everybody in Harrington, when it's done, breathes a sigh of relief. Residents are like, they're gone, finally. Businesses are like, man, that was fantastic for the bottom line, but it's going to be nice to have an easy week this week, you know. But it's Delaware State Fair at the Delaware State Fairgrounds and Casino, the Harrington Casino. Grandpa Damon went with us to, my grandfather went with us to the Def Leppard concert. But while we were in the concert, he went to the casino. Played blackjack or baccarat or something, I don't know. And we're leaving. Parking is all the way on the south end of the complex in the grass, and with the rain and where people pull in and pull out, it's dirt, so it's muddy. So people are going, and cars are getting stuck in front of us, and the ruts are like 7 or 8 inches, 10 inches deep, and we're in my grandfather's Honda Accord, and my sister is driving, and we're sitting there, and I'm like, well, just sit here and wait, don't be in a hurry. And I'm watching over to our left, which is towards the main thing out of the parking area, which is gravel, so it's in better shape. And more people are leaving and going through the mud. Less and less cars. And then we're probably like 10 or 15 cars off the gravel. And then suddenly, the cars that are still there, they just start turning and driving up the grass. The unmarked grass. And I'm like, Sarah, look to your left. She does. I was like, go that way. And we had to sit there for a half hour or so, but hey, you know, didn't get stuck. It was a really good time, it was. I'm not a fair person. There's too many stinking people. There's too much noise. And it was like that when I was younger. More so now, I think, to a certain extent. I like it nice and quiet and peaceful. Certain things that are coming to a head, you think I'm insane. I think I'm insane. I know I'm insane. You know I'm insane. Guys, hey, let's face it, I'm insane. Chris's head is one bag of cats. But I did have fun, and that's what I remember of it. And that's why people go to the fair, because, you know, regardless of bad things or inconveniences that might happen, people have a good time. So they go. I say, more power to them. I haven't been for 19 years, and I honestly do not foresee an instance of going back. I really don't. So it is what it is. Yep. So I'm just about home. Here we are, Route 16, the Milton-Ellendale Highway. There's Quick Stop selling Liberty labeled gas, which is just gas. Emily went grocery shopping earlier, so I get to go home. Grocery shopping having been done. As soon as Jersey turns and Maryland passes. Now I gotta wait on these people. And I'm not waiting on that one. I'm going. Alrighty. So hope everybody again has had a good week so far. Tomorrow is Friday. TGIF, toes go in first. Don't forget that, because it's really hard to walk unless your feet are clubbed. Yeah, no. Alright, time for a joke. So, the Indian chief passes away after a long and hardy life, and his son is looked upon by the people, and he takes on the mantle of chief. They bring in the harvest, wheat and maize, and it's getting along in the autumn, and the people look to him, should we gather firewood? Is the winter going to be harsh or mellow? He says, wow, Dad didn't teach me this trick. He says, let me go consult the spirits. So he goes to his father's favorite glade, and there's a little rucksack there, and it's got some stuff in it, some jerky, some pemmican, and there's a little transistor radio. He turns it on. It's a weather radio, and he's listening, and they're like, well, we are not sure whether we're going to have a harsh weather or winter or not, so check back in later. So he goes back to the people and says, well, it wouldn't hurt to gather firewood just in case. The spirits are unclear as to whether it's going to be a harsh winter or not. A couple of weeks go by, and the weather is still warm and balmy. They're like, do we need to keep getting firewood? He says, let me consult the spirits. So he listens again, and he hears the report, and they're like, it kind of looks like it might be a harsh winter, but we're still not sure. We don't have enough data points. So just be prepared. So he goes back and he says, all right, maybe we should still gather more firewood just to be safe, you know? So a couple more weeks go by, and they're like, we've got a lot of firewood. It's piling up to the sky. Do we really need to get more firewood? He says, let me consult the spirits. So he goes back to the sacred grove and turns on the radio, and here's a weather report and the outlook for the winter. They're like, we're pretty sure it's going to be a harsh winter. All of our data points are looking to a jet stream dip. The Indians are gathering a crap load of firewood. Guys, have a good one. Keep on rolling.